Yeah, 6 changes for Rick Wright and Greenville after that 4-0 loss to Spokane. Making their first starts, men's, as we mentioned, Siobhan Marsh. See some heavy strapping on the right knee of Kempis Tequila. See if that plays a factor tonight.
And we are underway. Another knockout game between Knoxville and Greenville. And here's Mark Doyle. That one not going very far for Callum Johnson. Though it does successfully earn a corner kick for One Knoxville. Yeah, Rick Wright said, I didn't think this Knoxville team could have gotten taller from last year, and yet they did. Mentioned that he got to watch Ian Fuller as a player when he played at Clemson, so somewhat of a homecoming here for Ian Fuller in that regard. Made sure to mention, compliment his coaching pedigree, Rick Wright did, about Ian Fuller. Torman got 2 hands on that one. Falls back in, volleyed shot! It's a bottle rocket for One Knoxville! They've been punching on that door for the first 14 minutes, and Stavros Zarakostas bangs it home.
It was a good punch by Torman. Didn't get a ton of it, but got it out of the danger area.
Cup run end to this same Greenville team. Year before that, in their first trip, had an exciting game against Memphis.
Defeated on the road in U.S. Open Cup play all time, although the other 2 wins did come against semi-professional League 2 sides. Westchester now with a 2-0 lead over New York Penn Cyprian. Certainly would have been one of the biggest cup sets of the day if that happened. Doesn't look like so far.
Yeah, I was about to say, you mentioned their 2 road wins being against League 2 sides, and maybe detracting from your road win stat line, but the fact of the matter is I mean, that's not a given. I mean, look, watched Monterey Bay lose at home against a taco truck yesterday, the Burrito Boys.
Those that know, saw what they did last year, knows that team is more of a pro than a semi-pro side for sure. Maybe part-time pros, but that team is stacked. Certainly some teams set up for upsets in this tournament.
One Knoxville on the counterattack once again. It's released. Perfect timing. Counterattack 101 for One Knoxville. Mark Doyle gets on the score sheet for the 2nd straight game. Sikowski rips it inside, made some contact. Out for a goal kick.
Greenville head, but Anthony Patti, so we can see here, come off the head of George. Obviously got off to a slow start this season due to visa issues, came in late right before the first game. I did mention the injury to Griffin Thomas as well. He's out for the year. A bit of a rough start for Greenville injury-wise. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw in USL League 1 play. Coach knows that he is the real cog for this team, especially without Sebastian Velasquez in the middle. You can sort of neutralize Chapa Herrera. You can force Greenville to go wide. That's exactly what they had to do in Spokane, just not effectively. You can see Chapa there wanting the ball quickly. Greenville had that opening draw against Westchester. They're now up 3-0 against New York Penn Cyprian. If they get the draw, I think will be tomorrow. Mark, is that 1 p.m. on Galazo? I think I heard earlier today.
Sir.
So the winning team in this game will be in that draw. Nice touch there by Zakowski.
Ball taken early, floats over the crossbar. Be sure to tune into that. Joe Malfa and Jamie Watson will be the ones drawing the ballots there.
So it will be the 16 winners from this round will be joined by 16 remaining USL Championship teams that haven't entered. And in the following round, we do get the MLS sides, 16 of them as well.
It's a very long climb up to the Open Cup mountaintop. Once those MLS teams get in, though, you start to see the pathway the actual pool has round to round. As a deflection falls to Zakowski.
One of the 6:30 starts, so a little bit ahead of us here in Greenville.
Another early start was between Portland Hearts of Maine, or Hearts as you might want to call them, a brand new side against Hartford Athletic.
Still waiting their first shot on target here. We're almost at the 40 minutes mark. So they come here.
Benton with the curling ball. Mensah couldn't connect with it. Now this one ripped inside. Saved by Gary Bay. Deflected over top.
Easily snatched at it. See Papa Mensah drawing in a double team here in the middle of the box. He whiffed. Fell to a jack with good first touch. Well struck.
Sean Lewis still working himself back to fitness. Two-time Golden Glove winner in USL League One. Zakowski. As that corner nodded away.
And one thing Rick Wright may say to Ivan Ajako at halftime is, look, flash that one back across.
Robles again. Knocked over, and it's a point to the spot. Greenville have been looking to turn the tides, and now they've been given a window of opportunity to do so.
Knoxville will be saying that Robles wasn't going anywhere. Why would I take him down?
He got a clean sheet in that first Open Cup match against Appalachian FC. Zakowski denied. Gary Bay lunges in the right direction.
That's a good save in the end.
That put Greenville over Knoxville last season in the playoff meeting between the two sides. There's the whistle. A big change. Anthony Patty subs out, the center back, for the veteran Brandon Fricke. This one slipped through nicely. Robles bests the keeper, but the offside flag goes up.
It's a tight one. It's a tight one.
He certainly stepped offside during the build-up there, but it looked like he had backtracked trying to get back to that border. It was going to be a close call. Greenville not dissuaded. Herrera out wide. Mensah taking a couple of gashes. Now serves it inside. Gary Bay makes the save. It bounced off the goal line.
The problem was that Greenville didn't stop playing when Brown was down earlier on this play. He got stepped on. Second half starting like the first, just going both ways now. My first look, it did not cross the line. I looked up to see where the assistant referee was, and he was right in position on the line.
Robles dispossessed.
Gene Brown down in the box. I think assistant referee, and it is a red card for Rodrigo Robles.
Robles being sent off. The second-year pro getting the look at that number 10 spot.
Well, interesting thing is, I was about to say there was that
with actually one Knoxville's big rivals, Lexington, but may make the jump up to USL Championship. Some players get trimmed off the roster after that. And Abel Caputo, certainly a capable player, got a lot of looks with Lexington last season. gets a chance to still kick it at the League One level and doesn't have to travel too far for his move.
Another late challenge. Referee just having a word with the goal scorer and assist man Zarakostas.
Here's Zane Bubb. Rolling it up ahead. Not sure that was the intended target, but Mensah's on it. Marsh. Substitute, Connor Evans with the service inside. What a save! Still in the air, and it's in! The chaos persisted, and although down a man, Greenville are back within a goal.
Ball in from Connor Evans, who's certainly made a difference since coming on. This ball had pace and direction. It just Ventura County against El Paso, and then 8:30 we've got that Midwest battle, Des Moines Menace against Union Omaha.
That should be fun.
Should be very interesting. Starts in about 8 minutes.
So One Knoxville up 2-1 here. Their 2 first-half goals, putting them in a good spot. And they might be trying to create something new here, but deflects out. It'll be a corner kick. These set pieces, been a bit of a talking point for this One Knoxville team early in the season, conceding twice from set pieces in their opener against Spokane. They didn't want to overemphasize fixing that, but they did make some tweaks, and then they were able to score 3 from set pieces in their Open Cup opener against Appalachia FC. They made the changes, didn't put too much emphasis on it. And on the year, Ian Fuller said, we want to be on the positive when it comes to set-piece goals. So they've conceded 2 and scored 3, so they're back in the positive on that front. Tormund punches that one away.
That was a better punch than the one that led to the first goal.
Zarakostas deciding to let it fly. These games are anything like the games yesterday.
It was a strange decision. Zane Bubb had position. Taking a look at this one, Zane Bubb didn't move. Knoxville player just ran into him. But Knoxville get the call.
Free kick for the visitors is the decision from Island Pexanar.
I'd say he's had a mixed performance tonight, our referee. Not one way or the other, just mixed in general.
Driven ball inside, brought down, and into the arms of Tormund.
There's a good chance there. Tormund in the right place though, the header put right at him.
Jacqua. Evans gets knocked over by Brown.
Right, asking, well, challenge from behind. Pexon is going to have a word with the Greenville coach, I think.
His second year in charge. So far from his second year with the Greenville Triumph, having been the assistant for John Hartz up to that point.
So Chapa Herrera there. Knoxville are about to make 3 changes. Chapa with the yellow already. Maybe inclined to pull him off at some point. You see Carlos Anguiano on the bench. Be a like-for-like sub in the middle of the park there. I expect we'll see that at some point. As here come these Knoxville subs. Babacar D.
So I got the 3 substitutions for you here. Kempis Tequila is out for, as you mentioned, Babacar Dien. Then it's the end of the night for whom may have had the best performance so far, Stavros Zarakostas. A goal and an assist in is Nico Rosamilia. And then lastly, the other goal scorer for One Knoxville, Mark Doyle subs out and Giovanni Calixtro subs in. So reloading on the attacking front for Ian Fuller.
Mark Doyle in the 67th minute.
Curling ball headed down, falls to Marsh. Siobhan Marsh picked the bottom left corner, but it drifts on the other side of the post.
Free kick, only not a great headed clearance. Siobhan Marsh continuing to throw everything at this as they should. And will you lose 3-1 or 2-1? Trying to find this equalizer. Half of this second half remaining.
Just trying to hang on tight for the rest of this match in regulation.
Certainly, no matter what the result of this game is, plenty of positives for Rick Wright to take from the performance of his team here in the second half. Came out with a much improved attitude. Moving the ball quicker. So he got the goal, now they need a second one.
Connor Evans with the service. For the visitors, it's going to be a mixed bag if this result holds the way it is. Obviously, you're happy to make it through. But certainly some concerns you're going to have to harbor over this next week. Now, I guess the nice thing for One Knoxville is that you get a chance to run it back a week from now to see exactly what kind of tweaks and changes you need to make.
And certainly with the fact that they put out pretty much a full-strength lineup. Well, Greenville didn't.
Looping ball reaches Gary Bay. That's about where that track ends.
Yeah, Greenville players just not quite anticipating where that header was going to go. Any kind of flick, and Gary Bay would have been in trouble. Remember, the 8-second rule with the goalkeeper isn't in play till next season. Greenville Reedy River Riot fans just reminding the referee how many seconds Garibay was holding on to it for, but I'm glad that rule is hopefully going to be enforced next season because it's been getting a little out of hand over the years.
Yeah, I think I've seen it enforced maybe a handful of times. I think I can count on one hand how many times I've seen an official actually make a point as a card has gone out.
Who did he give it to? Did he give it to the trainer? Oh, he gave it to somebody who's sitting in front of the hoardings. He brought out the red card as well, Mark. The only player that could have been is Sievert Haugle. That's exactly who it is. My, oh my.
Well, that will make Haugle unavailable for the next match. Round 3 of the U.S. Open Cup, of course. Hit the halfway mark in these added 7 minutes. Might eke a little over that due to some of that stoppage with DJ Benton going down.
Goal in extra time from Hartford Athletic. Portland now down 1-0 with 10 minutes to go there. One side seeking a late goal. New York Pan Cyprian have pulled to within 3-2 mark.
Wow. Oh my goodness. A hammer in the nail. The coffin is closed. One Knoxville with a final laugh here in added time.
Yeah, the Greenville defenders were waiting for Seth Torman to come for it.
Castro has that one squeak through. Fricky playing all the way up. An odd matchup here between Greenville and One Knoxville, but it's the visitors who are moving on to the 3rd round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.